Hi, Miss Ruva. Hi, colleagues. Now, today we want to do some Nhemamusasa bases, and then right from the start, I want to say that it doesn't matter what you are playing. If you are playing the Kushaura part, there are some bases that can be played for the Kushaura part. If you are playing Nhemamusasa epasi, there are some bases that you could play for Nhemamusasa epasi. If you are playing the Kutsinhira part, there are some sweet bases that you could play. So this lesson is just an example of some of the bass lines that you could play, and I'm going to use the Kutsinhira part and teach the first part of the basses that my teacher, Cosmas Magaya Chikonamombe, used to play. And many people call these the Chikonamombe basses, just to acknowledge that it was one of the favorite parts that Chikonamombe Magaya would play. That's not to say he's the one or only one who plays that part. There are many others, but he really loved those basses and taught many of us how to play them. Now, so the Kutsinhira part has 8 notes on the left side. So the basic one is, these are 4 notes, 8 notes. And so this is the first phrase, second phrase. So 8 notes. But what I want is just to show the 8 notes playing using the basses, and the first phrase would be, these are 4 notes again, and then the second half with another 4 notes. So the complete first phrase, the second phrase, the second half, so the complete second phrase, third phrase, complete, and then last phrase. Complete. So this is it. So let me do the whole cycle with gaps in between the phrases. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then without gaps in between the phrases. So this is it. So this is the best part that we want to play. Now before we add the netetes, let me give the one small variation that could sweeten it up. So you play the first phrase, and then the second phrase, and then the third phrase you play like this. So the 8 notes, 4, 4. This is 4 notes, and then the other 4. So this becomes the third phrase. So and then the fourth phrase, we go back to what we're playing. So if I do it, it's first phrase, so this is it. So this is the complete left part that we want to do now. I should say, these Chikonamombe bases go way deeper. There are many variations that can be done, but for a start, this is what we want to play. Now, so when we did the Kutsinhira part, using the notes that mix the top and the bottom, the most basic part of the netetes that we're playing 3 notes. For 4 notes on the left, we'd play 3 notes, 3 notes on the right, and the pattern, I think we called it together, left, right, left, together. So it's so this is the first half of the first phrase. So again, together, left, right, left, together. And then the second half is so we continue with that pattern of together, left, right, together. So the complete first phrase, again, so the second phrase, the first half, yep, so again, and then the complete second phrase, again, and then the third phrase you play everything, again, and then the fourth phrase, everything is on R1. Again, so the whole cycle with gaps in between the phrases. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, without gaps. Now the one variation that I've already given for the basses, where you go, you also use exactly the same style. So for the third phrase, we're playing everything on R2. So it's the same pattern, together, left, right, left, together, left, right, left, together. So that's the only variation that we're going to do. So if I start from the first phrase, and then when we come to the third phrase, so this is it. Now this links up with the other Kutsinhira parts. In other words, you can start by playing So this is it. So we've got a bass part, and the aim of this lesson is to learn the left hand, the basses, and then we use the most basic nettetes for this lesson. But you can already try experimenting with the other nettetes that you know for the Kutsinhira part, but that's the subject of the next lesson, where we'll develop the nettetes to play with these beautiful basses. I will stop here for now. Thank you.